Hello everyone, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, we finished up a fair few side quests around Colony 9. No, I said 6 there. This episode, we will be finally ascending up here, leaving Satoral Marsh behind, and continuing our quest to the upper reaches of the Bionis. We still need to finish off the Collectopedia here, I think, yes. But there's a nice little trick for doing that up ahead, which we will get to. But as we approach this lift...
Huh? The lift don't work.
Looks like it's been broken for a while. We'll have to find another way up.
Another way? You don't mean climb up there?
We may have to.
Come on, you can't be serious. Why'd someone build a lift that don't work?
No complaining. Let's start looking for a place we can climb up.
Oh, Ryan, I love the idea of why would someone build a lift that doesn't work rather than, yes, it's presumably broken, not that it was built, not functional. But yes, we can indeed climb up the entire thing, which makes me wonder whether the entire, high-end tier coming of age ritual and whatnot was even worth it. But here I get the chance to talk once again, and I keep talking about this, but it's one of the things that I still maintain is one of the most surprising things for even seasoned RPG. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Seasoned RPG players. The amount of platforming in Xenoblade Chronicles is genuinely surprising. Because I really thought, most of the time, RPGs are just basically, the overworld is almost like just a 2D flat thing where you go between, scripted battles and whatnot. The fact that, you have this real-time battle system where it matters where you are and what you're up to and whatnot, and all this, platforming elements, is just much more 3D than RPGs kind of tend to be. And that's actually really exaggerated by the 3D nature of the Bionis as well. The fact that the whole world is very... It's an interesting one. When I first heard, the whole world takes place on the carcass of a titan, I was like, well, most of that's going to be vertical. If you picture a person standing up, there's not much horizontal space. How does that work with gravity and stuff like that? But they pose the Bionis and position the world very cleverly to mean that there are still flat areas and it's all flat areas. I mean, there's some uphill bits, but mostly it's very cleverly designed. I feel like the platforming fits really naturally with that. Really, we're almost to the top of the statues. If we turn around, we'll see how high we've come already. Don't fall off because we haven't got a landmark up here, and therefore you'd have to do it all again, and that's not a whole deal of fun. But I say we haven't got a landmark, but once we are at the top of this final section. Thought this final one was a little bit shorter than it was. There we go. Get off the wall, get off the wall. There we go. Right, once you're actually at the top, we get the statue summit. And I think we've got almost every location and landmark now in Satoral Marsh. That's definitely every landmark, I think. Well, you'll see on the visualizer whether it was or whether it wasn't. That's the way we need to go, but I'm going to do something now. This is a really handy way to grind for collectibles here. Oh, Satoral Rogel, that's a big bastard. And it's also one of the only places where a certain collectible spawns. This collectible has incredibly low chance of spawning basically anywhere. Also, this is really cool. The kind of necklace on one of the Sororal statues is an ether gem. Shit. Okay, let's get back to there. So if we go here and behind her shoulder, we get to a item orb there. But this bit here has 4 item orbs right next to one another, and they have a 10% chance of spawning the thing we got it right away. That's a forget you not. Fuck me, those things are usually right. My note said set aside 10 to 15 minutes for just this constant grinding process. We did not need it in the end. I mean, we still have got some more things to get, but the forget you not can sometimes take absolutely ages to get, but we got it on the first try. That's brilliant. Got some sweet jungle shoes as well. That's pretty cool. As for the final bits, there's no trades that we can do for them, so I do have to do a bit of this cycle. So, the best way to do this cycle, go to Colony 6 in the Reconstruction HQ. At this, we go over and grab these 2 item orbs here. These can be anything from any area we've got to so far, so there's a fair chance that those might actually be the two things we're looking for. But if they're not, it doesn't matter, because what we actually just need to do is, I've said in the past that we can force item orbs to reload by loading 2 areas. So we load Colony 6 as our first area, and then we load the Ether Mine, because that's in between Colony 6 and the and Satoral Marsh. And then we warp straight back to, not the Shining Pond, the Statue Summit. Then we can, from here, hop down and get back to those 4 item orbs, and repeat this process until we get the collectibles we want. I really assumed that I'd have to do this grinding for Forget-You-Nots, not for 2 other things, but there we go. But this is the easiest way, I say, of grinding for item orbs in Satoral Marsh. There we go, there's our blue turnip at the end of the Basin Cave. So with that, we can finish the rest of the Collectopedia. While I was grinding those various things, I got like 2 or 3 extra Forget-You-Nots. They're normally the ones that take ages, and I got like 3 of them before getting one of the most common ones. So that gets us Nopal gear, and then for completing it all, gets us a Panther top, which is actually not half bad, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, I guess it also visually gives us the other Magna. Oh, no, it gives us the Magna type tops we've not seen yet. We're about to go into Magna Forest, so yeah, these things they're a real experience. Ryan's headgear is obviously Magna type, but yeah. As I say, most of the armor in this game is absurd, frankly. So I'll mix them up in a few episodes' time, I think, because we've been sitting on similar stuff for quite a while. But the Panther top, probably useful for Shulk. Yeah, nice. But oh wow, that's much better than what he's got at the moment. Holy crap! That would also be good. That'd be good for all of them. But I think Shulk's probably the best usage of it because he doesn't even have anything slotted. And we'll put HP up on Shulk, and we also want no armor and agility up there, I suppose. And with that, let's head up to the top of the Sororal statues and on with the quest. And so with that, we will take one final look, for now, over Satoral Marsh. Obviously, there's no area in the game we've come close to actually, finishing in any meaningful sense of the word yet, but with that, oh, look at that water coming down from high up. That is where we are going. Let's head inside the Bionis. I mean, we've already kind of done this with the Ether Mine, but this is different. You'll see why.
Ryan.
Ready to go, Shulk?
Yeah. But just hold on a minute.
What is it, Shulk?
It's about the Monado. I'd like to ask your permission to use it a little longer.
Why ask me?
The Monado was your sword, but I need it to achieve my goal. So
Don't sweat it. You are far more skillful at wielding that thing than I ever was. Keep it. It's yours. Besides, I have a new sword. That old coot had the decency to forge this for me. I owe it to him to make the most of it.
Dunban,
You fought your way this far. That is proof enough the Monado has accepted you. Don't take my word for it. Believe in yourself, Shulk.
believe in myself.
Never lying down, never giving up. That's our pride and strength as Homs. And we have to make sure those metal monsters know it.
You're right.
Time to move, people. This prison island Shulk saw in his vision isn't getting any closer. Good.
So, welcome to inside the Bionis, a wholly new area, hence the new landmark visualizer.
What is this place?
It's giving me the creeps.
At a guess, I'd say we're inside the Bionis. What is it, Shulk?
Oh, nothing. It's just that it feels like the Bionis isn't really dead.
Huh?
Wait a minute, Shulk. If the Bionis starts moving around, things won't look good for us. Let's just keep moving.
Right.
so welcome inside the Bionis. We're not going to be in here long. This is a fairly linear pathway just going from A to B. If we talk to this Nop on here, I never expect to see anyone else in this place. You want to go to the tub? Where the water whooshes up. It'll shoot you really, really high. I joked about, the Bionis' crotch being a thing, and maybe this is the Bionis asshole? No, that's a bit more tenuous. It is... well, actually, this is its long, officially, or its third long. But yeah, letting the music play there, you might have got a bit of a glimpse of it. This music is subtly similar, using similar themes, at least, to the music in the Ethermine. The music in the Ethermine was boom, 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 and this is bum, ba, do, dum, do, dum, do, dum. Their play is on the same theme, but this one's definitely a lot more, for obvious reasons, organic than the music in the Ethermine. But it's a cool bit of music that rhymes rather than actually, being a wholly separate piece. But it's very cool. With that, we basically finished our disturbing jaunt in it. We need it basically. If you think about the issues of the world being on a Titan which is physically stood up. If you want to get higher at Bionis, at some point you need to gain some serious vertical height, and obviously Gao Plain was a gentle slope up, and Satoral Marsh, other than the statue, didn't really slope much. But we just got a lot of height from that jet, so now we can emerge into the upper trachea, and into the, well, still this counts as central Bionis, but it's certainly the upper regions.
Face Nemesis. Your frame is complete. All that remains is the soul transfer. That damage. Does a weapon exist that can meld face armor? How?
Lady Vinaya, Master Egil wishes to see you.
Understood. Tell him I will see him when this face is complete.
Acknowledged.
I have fulfilled my duty. You and only you can bring about a new age on Mechonis. No, the entire world. My mistress, Lady Mayneth.
Holy crap, there were a lot of name drops in that scene. I'd forgotten that scene comes at that point. Yes, some stuff to think about, definitely. As I say, I'll talk about stuff when it no longer becomes spoilers, and this game has a really nice thing of generally no single question goes unanswered for too long. You'll get answers, but you'll also get more questions. But welcome to a particularly nice area. I say this every place as well, but I guess it's just because they're all very different. This is Magna Forest, and there's a reason why I've come up to it at night, because like almost every area on Bionis, frankly, I kind of prefer it at night, other than Gower Plain, which is the main one so far that is better in the daytime. But it's a very nice looking place. We've not really seen anything foresty, jungly so far, so let's take in some of the scenery a little bit.
Lady Mila, withdraw to the Nopon village and let us handle this beast.
No, Idol. Do you really expect me to leave you, run away and save myself?
Permit us this once, Lady Mila. It is our honor and our duty to protect you with our lives. Do not fear for us. Flee.
I will not. I cannot return to the capital with this monster still standing. Bestow the light of your life unto me!
Who turned up the heat?
I've never seen such a dense forest.
Me neither. How much further?
This must be the back of the Bionis. If Shulk's vision is right, we've still got a long way to go.
You mean go on in this heat? I'm sweatier than a brog's armpit.
That is the worst
We'll have to
phrase.
search for the best route. Sadly, until we find a way, we'll have to put up with Rhine's stench.
Charlotte?
We must be outside the tower.
Welcome, true heir to the Monado.
Father!
Weak and pathetic.
What or who are you? You will pay for what you've done! You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora!
A silver-faced Mechon. And who was that girl? These visions show me people and places I've never seen. If only I could find out what they mean. We could use them to our advantage.
Look over there! A rope bridge. It looks Hom's made.
Not Homs, Nopon. Though a lot of them have settled in our colonies, the Nopon are originally native to Magna Forest.
Do you think they'd know the way to the Bionis head?
I can't say. But walking around in circles isn't going to achieve anything. Our best bet is to look for their village.
Wonder where their village could be. Truly, it's a mystery. And I love, how I said, well, we'll take in the scenery a little bit. And instead we saw someone being attacked by a creature. You might recognise that creature vaguely from cutscenes we've also seen. And you should hopefully now be starting to piece together some of Shulk's vision. Perhaps more than Shulk is able to, certainly. Due to stuff that we've seen that even Shulk's not been party to. So this is an Aluka. It's basically a large caterpillar, which is a kind of Magna thing. Don't worry, we'll get used to them. New area, new Collectopedia, you know how it works by now, and a new heart-to-heart we almost certainly can't do. Yep. So we have some generic... Oh, we have a landmark in the Agony tablet. And we have some generic quests together from this Nopon Merchants. So first off, defeat 5 jungle quadwings. He's offering us monster quests. Don't know what a jungle quadwing is, but we've seen quadwings in Satoral Marsh. 2 Magna Ferris. We've seen Ferris in Satoral Marsh as well, but obviously these are Magna ones. 2 Magna Ansels. Have we seen an Ansel before? I'm not sure we have. We've seen Rogals, but they're a bird fly thing. And finally, Magna X, that we've definitely not seen before. They're like a deer creature. So we've got a lot of stuff there. Time to do some equipment since we have a merchant here. Oh, and skill trees. Someone's skilled up. Who's skilled up? Dunban has skilled up. Increases agility when HP is at half. Absolutely. Increases the chance of a double attack. Ooh, that's also very Dunban. Called Twin Swords, despite the fact he clearly only has the one. Ever. So I've just basically updated equipment to me. He doesn't offer much exciting stuff. It's stuff that basically has fewer slots, but is a lot better stats than what we have. So we'll get slotted versions of those ones while we're kind of doing side quests around Magna Forest, I suspect. A final thing I'm going to do, because I think this is going to be necessary, is I'm going to put Expert Mode on. Expert Mode lets you store a portion of earned experience points for later use rather than being granted to a character immediately. You can enable it by blah blah. When it's enabled, all further experience gained by completing quests, discovering landmarks and locations, and gaining achievements will be reserved for later use. What this basically means is, if I turn it on, we now have Expert Mode on. What this means is a lot of bonus experience. We'll still level up, but we'll level up slower But all the kind of bonus experience we would get goes into a pool, which we can then spend as we wish. So actually we can level Shulk down if we wanted here, and then basically as we level up, as I'll show this off occasionally, we'll gain some bonus experience which will go in here but won't level us up, and we can only use that if we want to, which basically is just a way of stopping us from getting over-leveled, and I realise I'm at the point where over-leveling is a risk, and I don't want to make some of the later challenges in the game just not actually challenges, so I'll be turning that on. If you want, obviously, at any point, then you can level yourself up and then level yourself back down if you need it for a particular bit. You can basically just be a lot more flexible with experience, which is really cool. With that done, first off, oh yeah, there's Great Magna Falls over there. You'll notice, by the way, I'm not going to do it. There's absolutely nothing stopping me from jumping down and swimming all the way over there. And indeed, there's a landmark on that island there, which we'll be going to some point in the future. As I've said, there's a general rule in Xenoblade. It's not 100%, but it's pretty fucking good, which is, if you can see it, you can go to it. This is Bridge 1, which shows us Magna Gorge, that we'll be spending a lot of time in over the kind of coming episodes. And there's some bugger flying around as well. And you can see, yeah, there's a couple of Nopon-built bridges that span it. And yes, our target up ahead, based on if you can see it, you can go to it, is indeed the tree over there. I guess I haven't probably got time now, because I need to do some other stuff now to actually let the music play in the background, but I really like the music here. It's particularly good, I think, in nighttime, but generally the music in Magna Forest is very nice. There's a Ferris up there we need to fight. I just can't see if we can actually necessarily get up there easily, but for now we can at least fight this Ferris here. Oh, he's managed to put Dunban to sleep. How is that possible? I guess he must just have some kind of sleep hit. Good one. Ugh, idiot. Well, that's one Magna Forest down. We need to take out another one for that Nopon. And I think I can use a... No, I can't. Well, we'll figure out how to do it. Up here is... Or is it up here? Or is it here? I think it's here. There we go, the waypoint beacon. So this is a good spot to, well, I was going to say grind out these Ferris that we need. We actually only need 2, but there's another enemy up here that we also need, sleeping up in the trees to the left. There we go, that completes Monster Quest 2. And again, this area is still, as you probably saw from where we gained reputation there, this area is still in Central Bionis. I'm going to quickly just look at art to make sure we're all good there. Shulk's got a fair bit we can use, actually. Excellent. And with that, I'm actually going to switch up the party a bit, because I want to be Sharla here, then we'll have Shulk in second, and Dunban final. Sharla is very handy against flying enemies, and this way she's probably the best way of actually starting a fight with these quad wings that are up there. And indeed, she does double damage them with thunder bullets as well, because electric attacks are super effective against flying types. Now, if we're lucky, with Shulk in the middle here, we can do Thunder Bullet. Then if Shulk's... No, Shulk has not got the Monado charge. Well, there we go. The nice thing is, yeah, because you can use a Talon Art as a wild card. That one could be pretty nice. Shulk... There are other characters who are better at it, but Shulk is pretty good at going in the middle of a chain attack, because it's fairly likely he'll be able to let off his... Like, he... Basically, him and Dunban are the only characters we've got that have actually got an attacking talent art that can be used really nicely in chain attacks. Because obviously Ryan's is Mad Taunt, which you can use in a chain attack, but you won't get much of a combo on it because it can't do anything. And Charlotte is like a reverse attack. I learned this looking up exactly how it works. It's an aura that she actually puts an aura on herself called Cool Off, which reduces her talent gauge and stops her from being able to shoot or move. So that's kind of fun. Oh, a gold chest. Ooh, a gold chest. Now, don't look too hard at some of those items because we can't use them yet. But we can use that Lion Cutlass on Dunban. Let's see what that's like. Less good on the slots, better on the min, lower on the max. I don't think I'm going to go for it. But what does it look like? Probably absurd because all of Dunban's weapons are... Actually, that's really fucking cool. I was already to take the piss because I saw that loading in. But that is actually pretty pimp. Let's go for that. But I don't think I'm going to go it itself, just because the 3, like, yes, that technically has a better auto attack min than the one we've got on, but this one's got the additional slot which we've got an attack stability in, which is increasing our minimum attack, so we're completely, basically negating that. It's one of the interesting things I'm noticing is one of the huge differences between my kind of practice run through this, where I made all my notes, and the actual, like, gameplay run I'm doing now is... Obviously, there is a lot of RNG on what drops when, and because of that, I just have very different equipment at this point compared to, like, based on my notes, very different equipment at the same point when I was doing my practice run, because of basically what happens to drop in gold chests, and so I very much... It makes for a very different gameplay experience, even though I'm doing basically the same steps as in my notes, which is all very interesting. Anyway, let's take out Final Quad Wing. Even flying enemies that normally resist it can very much be broken and toppled during a chain attack. Very few enemies, including, you know, the biggest of the face Mechond, as we've seen, very few things can resist break and topple during a chain attack. Basically, chain attacks... Oh, I need to kill one more Quad Wing. Well, let's farm it here. Chain attacks are useful for two purposes. Breaking and toppling enemies that otherwise would resist them, and doing an ass ton of damage. Due to the way that the colours of the break, topple, daze cycle are all different, it's unlikely that you can do both of those in any given chain attack. And there we go. So that's 2 of our monster quests taken out. We just need to take out some Ansels and some... the other thing. What was the other one? X. Yeah, we'll deal with both of those next time. For now, we'll hold the episode here, I think, at the Waypoint Beacon. So we've come here to the heights. We're kind of, yeah, like, middle of the Bionis back, basically, at the moment. Those, like, spur things you can see above us are, like, a cape that the Bionis is wearing, is the best way to think about it. And so we're kind of, like, at the bottom of the shoulder blades is where we're at. As we get a bit higher, we'll get a better view of basically better idea of where we are on the Bionis. But yes, next episode, well, interestingly, this episode, next episode, and the episode following it, we're going to be doing just a lot of story stuff, really. So next episode, we will be delving further into Magna Forest. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day. Thank you for joining in there, Gomez. He says bye too, apparently.